Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Especially after the beautiful voices from the musical interlude and a very relevant message to a large extent for the OIE. No mountain high enough, and it's also time to come together for our general session. I wish to take this opportunity to welcome you all to the 85th General Session of the World Organization for Animal Health. I take this opportunity to thank the honorable guests for blessing this general session with their presence. I want to, in particular, thank all the ministers and vice ministers who have set time aside to grace this general session. I wish to also thank all the ambassadors that created time to be with us today, particularly those who have set time aside to also address us today. I wish to thank the Federal Minister of Food Security and Research for Pakistan, Minister of Climate Change and Environment for the United Arab Emirates, the Livestock Principal Secretary for the Ministry of Agriculture, Livestock and Fisheries from the Republic of Kenya, Minister of Livestock for the Republic of Mauritania, Vice Minister of Agriculture and Food Security for Mozambique, Minister of Fisheries and Livestock for Zambia, the Commissioner for Rural and Agricultural Economy from the African Union. We are very thankful for the support you are providing to this organization. We acknowledge the continuous working together and support provided by the World Health Organization and the willingness of the Director General to seize the opportunity to speak to us despite her difficult and busy schedule, considering some of the important topics that our organization as the OIE, the World Health Organization, and the Food Agriculture Organization of the United Nations have to work on. This also goes to the Chief Medical Officer for the Department of Health for the United Kingdom. I thank the President of the International Fund for Agricultural Development for also taking time to prepare an intervention for this general session. Ladies and gentlemen, I acknowledge and thank the attendance of these important people, and also wish to take this opportunity to thank the Secretary of Agriculture and Livestock Defense for Brazil, Vice Prime Minister and Vice Minister of Agriculture for the Republic of Kazakhstan, Minister of Agriculture for Lebanon, Minister of Environment, Water, Agriculture, and Livestock for Madagascar, Minister of Livestock and Animal Production for Senegal, and Minister of Livestock for Somalia, and Minister of Livestock for Paraguay. Honorable ambassadors, ministers, and honorable guests, your presence here today confirms your leadership and commitment to support and encourage the OIE to continue in its attempts to contribute to its efforts to protect our animals and preserving our future. as we wish to make this world a better place to live in, to particularly help provide solutions and guidelines to many issues that are on the global agenda, to preserve health and to contribute to a better future for all. Some of these include biothreat reduction, elimination and control of important animal diseases, including those that are transmitted to humans, particularly those diseases that can be eliminated with ease. Some of these diseases threaten global food security. We all know the topic of antimicrobial resistance is one of those topics that can efficiently be handled by some of these organizations that I have mentioned, including the OIE, the World Organization for Animal Health. I thank all international organizations present here today and those that will stay with us for this general session for the whole week, including those that have signed collaboration agreements with the OIE. Your partnership with the OIE emphasizes a strategy of collaboration. Thank you for working together with the OIE. I think it will be inappropriate of me to forget all the delegates that are in here today. The OIE thanks you so much for setting time aside to be present in this general session, especially all those inputs that you have been making to all the specialist commissions during the year, particularly since the last general session. This organization is certainly an important standard-setting body. We don't only speak about animal health necessarily, but there are also important areas of animal production, animal welfare, food safety, and related matters that we talk about and that we set standards for. And we all understand that the mandate of the OIE has gradually been increasing over the years, and the OIE has always been proving itself as a relevant organization. The organization has created a good reputation, and once as an organization you create a reputation, you unfortunately have to live to that reputation. And this organization has to live to the reputation that it has created. We, as an organization, have set ourselves goals that have been not very easy to reach, but every goal with a good stretch is a good goal. So we have been stretching ourselves a little bit as an organization to be able to reach our goals. But more importantly, as concepts have been evolving throughout the years, we have learned to incorporate animal health, environmental health, and human health in terms of the One Health approach. And as we know, One Health has been playing increasingly an important role in ensuring food security and public health. Maybe to talk a little bit about my experience, I've learned through my involvement in the organization that the organization strives for development of expertise globally. We, as an organization, have been contributing to development of member states, and we have been applying the expertise that we have been developing to manage risks that are associated with animals and their products. And one principle clearly depicted in our strategic plan is the transparency with which we are doing this. And then we are transparently depicting these risks and encouraging transparency of member states to report, to warn your neighbors, and to warn everybody else that I might be having as a country a particular condition, so be on the lookout. And this has worked very well for us as an organization, and it has worked very well for the world in general. The OIE understands very well that failure of one member to manage risks could with ease endanger the whole world's sanitary situation. And this is, as we understand, a very important concept to understand by all of us. I thank the members of the Council who are in here with us today, who has since our election done a wonderful job in providing the necessary oversight and representing the delegates well during the intergeneral session period. Unfortunately, some of them had to leave the Council because of retirement and promotion. And I want to believe that it is appropriate for me to acknowledge our colleagues who have retired, who have been promoted, to acknowledge their contribution to the OIE and to the Council. The documents that you've been receiving throughout the year were diligently prepared by the specialist commissions and their support structures, and they have been thoroughly examined by the administration, Dr. Elwa, and your support staff, and all the other structures that the OIE has put in place. And I want to take this opportunity to thank you very much for your involvement and the contributions that you have made. Ladies and gentlemen, I am encouraging every one of us who will be attending this general session to fully participate, as you know that your inputs are very important for proper setting of standards for the organization. And lastly but not least, I wish to acknowledge the presence amidst ourselves here of the past presidents of the Council. I've seen a couple of them. I wish to acknowledge the presence of our colleagues from the regional commissions. I wish to acknowledge the presence of the specialist commissions and the presidents thereof, and the associated organizations that are also in this meeting. Your leadership over the years is a gift to the world. I haven't seen Dr. Vala, and I also wish to acknowledge his contributions. Ladies and gentlemen, with these few words, honorable guests and delegates, I wish to declare the 85th General Session of the OIE open. Thank you very much.